And I'll leave it there for any questions, if I can brainwash you well enough.
We've got about 10 minutes for questions, but are you heading off straight away, Father?
No. It's good.
So, we have some refreshments outside and some chat outside as well, if no questions, if we want to go over time.
Heckle.
I'll kick it off.
Yeah.
The Catholic Church, you talk about the 10 Commandments.
Yes.
Can't humanity come to these conclusions without the church? Why do we need a church?
Well, one thing is moralism, another thing is redemption. Yes, it is theoretically possible, and certainly after the fact. It's like when you have a difficult problem, you know, from university. You try to work out a mathematical equation, you know, if you've ever had to do integration. Sometimes in engineering that can be really difficult. But once the solution has been given to you, you go, well, fine. Or in philosophy, there's a difficult problem put before you, and then you see how it was resolved by someone who was very smart. You go, okay, now I can see how that came about. But on your own, good luck. And that's very much the case with natural moral law, common sense, morality, if you will. The 10 Commandments can be seen in the Code of Hammurabi, in many other societies in different ways, because it is all about flourishing, it is about making society work. But there are many problems along the way, and we have our cultural blind spots. In our own society, abortion. You know, it's a big cultural blind spot that we have in this society. Other societies, racism. Other societies, maybe the position of women. Other societies, they all have these blind spots that people just don't care enough. They don't see it. And so we have a moral, practical need for clarity in some of these very important issues for our life with each other to be able to flourish. But also, given the Christian belief of sin, and perhaps that's the one dogma of the church which you can actually empirically verify, the original sin. You know, even with computers, you think how wonderful computers are, and straight away there are computer viruses. it's just one of those things. At the order of redemption, well, we believe that we need a God to save us. It's very important. Heidegger, I don't know if you know Martin Heidegger, he was an atheist. But at the end of his life, he came and said, we need a God to save us. And really, that's the belief of, you know, of the importance of Jesus Christ, who's not only a teacher, but a redeemer. Yeah?
To what extent can we follow a lot of the teachings of the Catholic Church? Because ultimately, since it's based on faith, this isn't faith that's been built with a relationship with someone we know. It's faith built from what our parents have told us and what their parents have told them, and so on and so forth. But over time, apart from that, there are some things like the 10 Commandments or like the words of Christ, which God in the stories come directly from God. But say papal infallibility. Say Rodrigo Borgia, who was a pope, who was also a rapist and a murderer, I believe, and he had sons. If he was to come up with something of papal infallibility, what right would he have?
Have you ever read Brideshead Revisited?
I haven't.
Evelyn Waugh. They made a recent movie. There have been various movies made of it. So papal infallibility, first up. What do you understand by papal infallibility? If, and this is from the book, if it was, the Pope said to you, it is raining, and it's not raining, how would that equate with papal infallibility?
That's not papal infallibility. It's only when, I don't know how to explain it to you. It's only when he comes out and says, particularly with this, like with deliberation and things about the issue first.
On what sort of issues? Who's going to win the cup, the Melbourne Cup?
I thought it was more religious faith issues and maybe possibly.
So supposing the Pope were a murderer and a rapist, well, for argument's sake, I'm not going to go into historical bits, argument's sake, murderer and rapist, how does that change papal infallibility? Oh, you're talking about papal impeccability, that the Pope can't sin.
No,
he goes to confession.
Infallibility, because how can this not possibly be infallible if he is obviously, because the idea is...
Do you have to be good to be infallible?
I'd say so. Yes. Like to be closer to God, you would. Like,
do you have to be closer to God to be infallible?
Yes.
Really? Is that what the Catholic Church understands?
Infallible in matters of religion.
Do you? That's not the teaching of the church. That could be in other religions, perhaps. Other religions take that, you have to be very holy. But here we're talking about a special gift, a charism, if you will, in matters of faith and morals, when speaking in conjunction with us, not just inventing the truth, but saying, look, this is what Christ left to the church. This is how the first Christians have understood this. So it's a gift, if you will, that's the Catholic belief, of the Holy Spirit, enlightening the Pope in those matters, in those key matters, to say, guys, this is from Christ, this is not. Now, he doesn't have to be a saint to do that.
But what right does he have to do that over any other person?
Precisely through, when Christ leaves the church, 12 apostles, like 12 tribes of Israel, 12 apostles, hierarchical church, Peter, keys of the kingdom. To you I entrust the keys of the kingdom. What you bind on earth is bound in heaven, loosed on earth, loosed in heaven, this kind of thing. There's a gift there, very important, of unity, to be able to say, well, what is it that we believe? So we see in the history of the church, as Christ has left it, as it develops through time, and you can look at the different problems that have resulted. People have always turned to the Bishop of Rome, to the successor of Peter. And the orthodoxy, if you will, has always remained in the See of Rome. So it's a gift that is there that we've been able to see over the course of time, to say this is in fact something that Christ has left us. There's a lot of judgment goes into that.
It's believed by many,
1 minute left, yeah.
Students of history that he actually brought his way into the papacy.
Peter.
No, not papacy.
Who?
Not Peter, Rodrigo.
Maybe, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The charism goes to whoever is Bishop of Rome. Maybe he was corrupt. There are popes in hell, I'm certain. I can't say that, well, insofar as I can say that anybody's in hell, which I'm probably not allowed to say, with the devil. But if there's anyone in hell, put it this way, if there's anyone in hell, there's going to be some popes in there. That's fine. That's not a problem. It's not a question of impeccability. Infallibility does not mean impeccability in the Catholic understanding. We have to finish? Yep.
Yeah.
We can have more questions outside.
Plenty of questions outside.
Sure.
We'd like to. Just a quick notice as you're going. Our next lecture is here again next week. Professor James Franklin.